Blueberries, clearly big business for Maine, but like any other crop, they are vulnerable to global warming, which is why the U.S. Department of Agriculture is sending more than $15 million our way to help growers figure out a way to adapt. News Center Maine's Katie Delaney shows us what kind of impact this grant could have in Maine's changing climate.
The last couple of years, weather conditions have been kind of the telltale of what the wild blueberry crop's going to be.
From droughts to flooding, wild blueberry producers are dealing with dramatic fluctuations in their harvests in recent years. For grower Simeon Allen, 3 years ago, he saw one of the worst droughts he's ever seen. This year, he dealt with too much moisture.
The berries weren't as tough as we're used to seeing. I mean, usually we're harvesting blueberries into September, and this year we were done August 21st.
The Wild Blueberry Commission of Maine is seeing this trend across the state.
This inconsistency, this instability of supply makes it very challenging for producers to maintain, the market that they need for economic sustainability in the industry.
As the climate becomes more extreme, experts are expecting to see more impacts on crops like wild blueberries.
Those conditions are absolutely stressful to wild blueberry plants and all crops. So we are concerned about it in the future.
The Wild Blueberry Commission of Maine is aiming to address these climate concerns with more than $15 million in federal funding to implement irrigation and mulching in Maine blueberry farms.
And these are really necessary adaptations that are needed to support the long-term sustainability of Maine's wild blueberry industry, which is one of the world's most unique cropping systems out there.
Mulching helps to conserve soil moisture. This and irrigation can help wild blueberry producers adapt to drought conditions.
So irrigation really helps fill in those gaps when there's not enough rain to keep a nice consistent soil water level.
For growers like Allen, implementing irrigation could make a difference.
Irrigation could definitely help in the future, holding on to that crop so we don't lose it.
But installing irrigation is costly. And for Allen's business, with 40 different fields, it would be complicated. With more than 500 wild blueberry farms in the state, he says more funding will be needed to help the industry adapt.
This is probably just the tip of the iceberg, really.
By becoming more efficient and resilient,
hopefully, we can keep having good, sustainable crops that can keep everyone growing blueberries in Maine.
Katie Delaney, News Center, Maine.